Huh? Look at them all! Hello, welcome to the stream. Today, we're rebuilding the entire ocean. I should probably sleep though, real quick. There seems to be a bit of a phantom problem with me not having slept for hundreds of days. That's insane. Much better. Get out of here, trash burger. Alright, now that I'm not getting attacked by phantoms, hello, welcome back to the stream. Today, we are rebuilding an ocean. That is the first wandering trader I've seen in like 600 days. Do we have new wildflowers? Okay, not a bad trade deal. Not a bad trade deal. I'll come back with emeralds. But today, yeah, this build is about to get a lot bigger. This pit behind me, sorry, this void behind me is about to become a giant pit today. It's been 6 weeks of material gathering and giant farm building, and I finally have all the materials for this, plus a few other biomes we've been mass collecting at the same time. So we can finally just start building everything ASAP, pretty much. It's kind of going to be, I was going to say build a week. It's probably going to take longer than a week, probably like a month. But today's at least the start of build week, because today's stream we're building as much of the giant ocean pit as we can. As soon as I tap out and need food, I'm going to go off stream, finish the pit. Then next stream we're going to build the mushroom biome. Following one, we're going to build the forest, dark forest, swamp, and go from there until they're all done. So I'm going to go trade with that guy real quick because he actually has stuff I want. I think we can bone mill those flowers and get infinite amounts, but hey, I'll trade with a wandering trader whenever he's here. Because yeah, I do need stuff from them. I would really love if they had the what are they called? Like the firefly bushes. I don't know what they're actually called, but that's what they are. I want them. And yeah, I don't know why. Wandering traders, they're probably spawning. I'm just not finding them because look at the size of this place. They can spawn anywhere in here and I just don't see them. I feel like is what's actually happening. I don't really care. I already have infinite of those. I now have a flower farm, by the way, since last stream I built one of those. It's not very it wasn't a huge build by any means, but I can quickly show you that. Bam, here it is. For a flower farm, pretty complicated, but it just means all I have to do is dump a bunch of bone meal in here, and it goes crazy. And I ran it for probably like 20 minutes. And yeah, it's pretty quick. It's pretty nice. It is so hungry with bone meal though. Like I'm running this consumes bone meal. Let me zoom out for you. Our all trees farm, I've been running like crazy. We basically have every wood type and a lot of it now, which is beautiful. Just chews through bone meal. This thing for the oak leaves chews through bone meal. Haven't started up the dark oak and the pale oak farms yet, but guess what? They're gonna chew through bone meal when I do. I have finally started the azalea leaf farm, which is actually so incredibly slow. But yeah, again, that uses bone meal. Relatively less than the rest, but this is our... That's the wrong chest. There we go. There's our current azalea leaf collection times 3 or 4. There's like 4 spots where collection chests are. There's one there. There's one over there. So we got a bit going. But yeah, I need a bone meal solution because I do have a moss farm. It was running non-stop collecting or making bone meal for us. It wasn't keeping up. I've got a mob farm, which I have, you know, sorted the bones into bone meal. Still not keeping up. With farm, burnt through all that supply. So yeah, but we do have most of the logs. We do have a good amount. I would say probably half of the leaves, maybe a little less than half. But we're getting there. So I guess we might just push through until we have it. Dump that. The new flowers can go in here with the rest of them. Yeah, if you didn't see the last stream, here's our beautiful shulker collection. There's, I think, 650 from memory. I wrote it here. 650 shulkers, 1.1 million items. If you ever wanted to know what a million items looks like in Minecraft, organized into shulkers, that's it. And today we're building a giant pit that is 115,000 blocks. And by today, I mean it's probably going to take me multiple days. I think I made a little list. We need 23 shulkers of mud, 18 shulkers of stone, which are all organized in this giant collection. 8 shulkers of dirt and sand, 3 shulkers of moss, and 2 shulkers of sandstone, which sandstone is so expensive. That just means 8 shulkers of sand, by the way. That's so ridiculous. So let's grab all of that. 3 moss. We'll take it from the end, you know. We want to be organized. Why is that one not full? You just said wait. Grab 3 of these. Oh, I forgot. I was going to color code them. That's why I made the flower farm for dyes. Not for just the shulkers. I made it for terracotta and stuff like that, but color coding these would have been huge. I guess. Do I have at least... I have enough lime. We can color code a few of them that don't require a ton. Like moss only has 3 shulkers. We can definitely deal with that. Chuck those in there. How many sand? We need 8 shulkers of sand. Make sure they're all full. Yep, alright, sweet. Grab a few of these. I kind of color coordinated these. I knew sand was going to be white. I got red sand in the orange, which might be like, it's literally called red sand. But it matches the orange color. It really should be called orange sand, because it just is orange. Like, it's just the same color, and it's called orange. We don't need any of that today, I don't think. We do need a ton of stone, though, and unfortunately, a bunch of them are missing a bunch of materials. A bunch of, like, hopper amounts. Missing the last 5. I messed the thing up, but it's fine. 18 of these. Okay, that's not going to fit in our inventory. How about we start with, like, 9? Are they all full? 1.7? Yeah, right. We can always come back whenever we run out. Slash, we might not even run out of these today, because we're going to have to place... Ooh, they're the wrong color. But we split them like this. We'll put them in our inventory tagged for them. And then we just need 23 mud shulkers, which is absurd. Probably start this recording and that recording. This is mud here. We need 23, so I guess, again, let's just go with 10. Did I count correctly? Yeah, that's 10. Now we've got 1.7. Beautiful. And I already know that mud is going to be our first material, so I'll leave a bunch of those shulkers. I guess we just fill our ender chest, and we'll leave these ones here. It does have a bunch of other materials. It's these ones here. Like, there's going to be sandstone, there's going to be a bunch of sand. Oh, I did already put the sand in there, but... Mushroom Island is actually part of the ocean biome, but we're going to build that next stream. It's at the top because, you know, it's an island. It's not at the bottom of the pit. Andesite, granite, diorite, some gravel, and a few things for a ruined portal and... What are they called? Ruins? Whatever the drowned things are. There's one of those in there as well. But they're kind of towards the top, so we'll leave those guys there. We'll leave these as our materials for now. Fill up on the rockets. Double check. I've got an elytra with full health. I don't really need my sword on me. Really don't. Can I fit it in somewhere? Well, that's naturally full. Is this full? That's full. You know what? I don't need a shield. I only needed it that one time that I almost died in the void. 60,000 blocks away. But we're not doing that today, so hold my shield. Bam, bam, bam. Alright. Good, we got all our materials. We got our ender chests with even more materials. I guess we should probably grab some mud in our actual inventory. Or, better yet, go empty one that's already there. That would probably be smarter. We are going to lag a decent amount today because this schematic is huge. We shouldn't be too bad once we're out here, but we are streaming, recording 2 more times on top of that for flashback and replay. And yeah, the schematic is ridiculously huge. So if we go in our storage system, we're going to lag. But out here, we got 120 FPS, baby, isn't it? It's absolutely no worries. It is sunsetting time though, so we'll give that a second. Dynasty List, welcome back, King. How are you doing? How's it going? It is going well. I'm so keen to actually start building this thing. It's been 6 weeks since the first stream where we built that dripstone farm. And we can actually finally build some things. very keen. We're gonna smash out as much of it as I can on stream before I start starving for lunch. Then I'm gonna I'm just gonna absolutely binge the pit today. I'm gonna build as much of the pit as I can, and then whenever it is, my guess is likely in a few days because it's 115,000 blocks. I don't think I get it done in a day, on or off stream. Locking in as much as possible. So I'll be back whenever I finish it, and then we build the mushroom island, which is gonna be sick. It's also mostly a rough schematic for now. Please don't push me off into the void. I'm trying to enjoy the sunset, you know? Give me some shaders. And don't worry about the shaders, actually. Yeah, it's a rough schematic for now. Like, we've got to add the decorations, the coral, the water is a huge thing, but the water's going to come much later. Yeah, the coral, the kelp, which I'm thinking of doing a few custom things with that. But yeah, for today, big pit. As efficiently as possible. Shout out Lightmatica, shout out whoever made Easy Plays, because it is going to save us so much time today. It's going to go crazy. Finally get some schlep, and let's see how long it takes us to build. Let's see how much of the pit we can get through today, and then I guess in a few days we'll find out how long it actually takes us to build this pit. It is day 3,794. What's our prediction? I reckon it's at least not 100 days. I think it's at least 50 Minecraft days. If we beat day 3,850, I'll be impressed. So it starts way down there. That's the very bottom layer. It is negative 36. And it goes all the way up to positive 60. So what is that? 96 levels. And then, yeah, it's 115,000 blocks. So, let's get about it. Let's see how much we can get done. Easy Place is going to save our lives. Huge, because we can just do that. Imagine if I had to block out from, like, the bottom of the void out to here. That'd probably take 20 minutes just in itself. Do we want to... Let's try and load more of that. Maybe we go to like... Problem is, the more we turn this up, the more we lag. But I think we should be fine relatively if we have... If our storage system isn't loaded, which is on the other side of the build. We're still at 100 FPS. But I think it's kind of sick being able to see in the background. Let's crank it to 30. What do we got? Give it a second to load. We're scraping 100. We're at like 95 FPS. That's kind of huge. All right. Let's try with that. We can even see a village in the void further away. This is what I mean about bees. They just... Yeah, okay. Hell yes. Huge for light dropping. Okay, that is just the grossest noise ever. Let's turn up the music slightly. Huge. Bam, bam. Now you get it done by day 3,800 easy, you reckon? Almost walk straight off. 6 days. 6 Minecraft days is an hour. If you sleep, which we are going to sleep out here in the void. Especially because we're doing time lapses. 60 minutes. Oh boy. For reference, see that giant dome right there? I streamed that over 3 days. When I started it also, for reference again, is just shy of 100,000 blocks. It's 90,000 and like, I think it's like 93,000. Yeah. See how it's a giant dome and it's kind of just a huge circle, and if you're using Easy Place on Lightmatica, you're just running in circles, sprint jump placing. That is peak efficiency when it comes to building mega projects, and is the base comparison we've got. That took 3 streams, and I'm pretty sure it's 12 to 16 hours. Which, what is that in Minecraft days? My brain. Okay, hold up. It was 6 days per hour. 6 by... Well, let's say it's 16. Oh, now I have to do 6 by 16. That's so much harder than 6 by 12 is 72. You know, 6 by 4 is 24. So 96? 96 days. Ooh, I think my math was really bad. My original guess. Ooh, it's gonna be 100 Minecraft days plus. Yeah, and that's, like I said, that's peak efficiency, because you're just running in circles, sprint jumping. And it's also different materials, but that thing was just blackstone all the way up. I mean, there's a few at the bottom, but like, you're mostly holding one material the whole time. I guess it's not too bad materials-wise for this one. You got mud at the bottom, because it's just a giant pit. That's layer 1, let's go, huge progress. And then it's mostly stone. It's mud and stone, and then a little bit of sand at the top, and by a little bit, like tens of thousands, but, you know, relatively. It's only like 8 shulkers, 10 shulkers, versus, you know, 40 of the other two. Let's start over here. Okay, well, if that was 100 Minecraft days. So, this is bigger. That was 90,000. This is 90,000. This is 115,000. Maybe I'm better. I don't know if I can be better than sprint jumping around in a circle, though. Like, I'd say I'm better at building giant things. Like, the walls, I learned how to build gradients faster. Like the tech for them, and having all the materials ready in a ender chest, and having to go back and forth for them. But, yeah, I don't know if I can keep up with sprint jumping in a circle. I reckon, low-key, it might be 200 Minecraft days. Like, a hopeful 150 Minecraft days, probably a realistic, because nothing ever goes to plan type situation. Probably going to be 200 Minecraft days. That's kind of crazy. I used to make videos on 100 Minecraft days. Now, like, one small part of this is 200 days. And by small, this thing is huge, but it's one of 10 biomes, and it won't be done at the end of the 200 days. You won't even have water in this thing. I feel like that's the real guessing game. How long is the water gonna take? Because, like, placing blocks with easy place, you can see it's just rapid. Water is kind of ridiculous. You can't easy place water, especially in a pit. If it was like a beautiful square, water fills itself in pretty well. It's not a beautiful square, it's a giant pit. So I think once we've built the other biomes, because we're not filling it straight away, we're gonna build this, the mushroom one, the forest, the dark forest, the swamp, and then I think that's all the places they're gonna have water, at least so far. In the current plan, you know, plans change pretty frequently over here, but I think that's the current plan. If we fill those with water, we're gonna have to, like, find the water level, go down one, place just an absurd amount of netherrack, one level down, and then spam water everywhere, which that part isn't too bad. It's slow, for sure, but it's not horrendous. The problem comes when you break all of those blocks. All that netherrack is what I usually use. I don't think I have that much netherrack is the problem here. I don't know what else is like a fast break block. Oh, what I should be doing is getting a beacon. After this layer, we get a beacon. The speed placing. That's a whole inventory of mud already? What? Was my inventory was full, right? Like maybe minus 1 or 2. That was a whole inventory. That's ridiculous. Okay, hold up. Let me go get a beacon. Holy. What? That's insane. That looks like we've placed nothing. That was a whole inventory of mud. That's ridiculous. Okay, yeah, the lag is back for sure. That's okay. I think I'm out of beacons, but I have nether stars. Yeah. How do I build these things again? Glass and obsidian, right? Whoa. The lag is grim. That, we need glass. Is my window open? Is my window ever open? Oh, your inventory was definitely full. Oh, yikes. Yeah, water is going to be hard. I just did a small rip of my work today. It took ages. It was absurd. Oh, no. It is open. I was going to say, the construction sounds kind of loud today. Turns out, it's because the window's open. You know what? Let's stand. Gum, 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 gum. Gum, 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 gum. Yeah, the water's gonna be grim. I definitely don't have that much netherrack to place down that much. Balancing this webcam with my window, always a nightmare. Okay, how else do I build this? Is that it? Just that, right? What's it called? A beacon. Bang. Alright, and then we have iron blocks 4 days. I should probably build, it's enough, right? I think that is enough. I think it's supposed to be 2.5 stacks. Brain. Turn on. It's too early in the morning. Yeah, I completely forgot. That's fine though, because the water is what I was talking about originally, that I was trying to loop back to. Yeah, that's gonna be insane. I definitely don't have enough netherrack to, like, cover the entire pit and the rivers that are gonna connect to this thing. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 9 by 9, right? So I don't know what block. I guess we could just use stone. And then once we have beacon set up, we just haste to instant break it like that. Because if we use anything else, it's going to take so long. What else could we use? Stone's probably the easiest thing for us to generate. The problem is we just have to smelt it, and that's kind of annoying. Because I am out of fuel, and I have to go back to my wither farm again. But yeah, once you do that, you gotta break all the blocks. Also, using stone, because the pit is partly stone, it's gonna be hard to know where the line is. Where the barrier ends and the pit starts. And bam, 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 bam. Bam. Speed dose, thank you very much. Oh, awkward. Just throw that there for now. Honestly, I don't care about 8 iron. I've probably made more than 8 iron in my farm in the time it took me to realize I don't need that. The glass, more valuable. More valuable than 8 iron blocks, I'll be for real. Goodbye. Alright, we need to sleep. We got to keep that time lapse looking beautiful. There is so many mobs. Okay, hello all. This is also why we sleep. That's ridiculous. I guess we could leave that there. Fill me with the muds. Thank you very much. We could also just dump our empty shulkers here. That probably is a good strat. Leave me be. Just simply fly up. Most of them will burn away, but if you just do that, then they're all gone. Lovely. And now we can go back to building. Alright. Dude, look at that rapid speed. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, now it's all coming up Millhouse. I don't know if we had speed 2 beacons everywhere for the dome, to be fair. Okay, now that I've lost my train of thought 75 times about talking about the water, once you break all the stone, once you place the water on the top layer, then you've got the problem of, I don't reach up to here. Yeah, I'm gonna need more than one beacon. Once you've broken all that stone, it'll fill most of it. Problem is, it's not gonna be source blocks, which mostly doesn't matter, I guess. And then you've got like the crevices, the little caves and whatnot. Anything that's not straight down from the open top is not going to have water in it, so then you'd have to fill it again. Oh no, they're going to be a problem. So yeah, for the underwater city, right? That was mostly, it's different for sure, because it's like an enclosed space. There's literally buildings in it. I made sure everything was source blocks because I wanted to place coral and I wanted tropical fish to live in there and not, you know, to die because they got into some weird little bug thing. Because honestly, tropical fish, Minecraft animals in general, but tropical fish especially, find any excuse to die on you. So I made it all source blocks, but that took like 7 hours just for the underwater city. Which could have been done more efficiently, for sure. I was running out of bone meal and kelp. But, yeah, still a long time. So, can't imagine this filling with water situation being any less than a day in real life. Really just don't have time for you, slime. You can chase me around if you really want, just don't knock me off, alright? I got blocks to place, and you're gonna be in my way. Ooh, the ghost place. It's really not that far down to the void from here. We're on negative 37. We've only got to fall 30 blocks before we start taking void damage. Like, the void... I can't really see it from this side. The void is literally 1 block lower than our laser at the bottom of our dome. The orange wool can't be placed any further down because we built it on the void. It's also why you can see a bunch of bees down here, because for some reason their stupid AI just pathfinds to the void when they... It's not even when they don't have a home. You can literally give them a beehive and they'll still fly down here for some reason, if given the opportunity. Don't know why. Oh yeah, there you go. That is the bottom. We really don't have far to fall. So... We probably shouldn't carry too many shulkers of materials on us. That's probably dangerous. Now, tools. We have bare minimum tools on us. Don't want to carry too much extra stuff, especially for carrying as many materials as we can at once. We have tools, that's just slots that could be filled with mud. Bang. Bam, bam, bam. Really expected that beacon to reach further. It's not going to reach to that corner. I have another nether star, and I do also have a double beacon in the base itself. I feel like I had more. I don't know where they went, though. I low-key just misplaced some beacons. I'm pretty sure I had 4 before crafting that one there. So that should be my 5th. I know where 2 are. Maybe one's at my gold farm, actually. I thought I moved that one, though. It could be one... I feel like it's not. I don't know. But I also can't go into the nether, otherwise it'll mess up my, my time-lapse. And that's just a headache. I don't want to deal with that. That's our first fall. I was quick with it, don't worry. I'm still awake, I guess. The problem is when I'm still building this tonight, oh, that's why, it's because it's supposed to be stone. That's why I didn't place and I fell through. The problem is when I start building this, or I'm still building this, not start, at like 12 AM tonight because I haven't finished it. And then I fall because I'm tired and I have a slow reaction time. Will I make it to the void? Granted, by that time I should be way higher up, so I got further to fall. Just depends. Can I get far enough up at the rate that I get tired? If, hold on more. Alright, let's go. What is that, layer 3 done? Smashed it. Alright, we continue. 3 layers out of 96. Granted, it's not just a pit. The 96 layers includes the mushroom biome, the mushroom island biome. That is part of the schematic because it's all kind of included. So I'd say the pit, I don't know what it levels out at. How far I reckon the ocean sorry, how the ocean is. I guess that is what I'm asking, but the mushroom island's probably like 30, maybe like 30 blocks tall. It's got some big mushrooms on it. Probably 30, maybe a little more even. So my guess, at least 60, probably like 70 blocks taller is the pit itself. So we're 3 out of 70. Let's go with that estimation. Huge. But we've only been building for like 10-15 minutes. And we set up a beacon in that time. Yeah, this gotta be faster, side to side. That or back to back. You're just gotta find the longest straight line you can. Is there a hole there? Yeah, that's fine. Ah. Ooh, I should probably get a shovel. Do I want a shovel, or do I want an extra slot of mud? Just don't misplace, you know? Don't let easy place mess you up. Yeah, okay, this is it. The straight line, you can even sprint jump. Shout out easy place, man. Thank you, random modder that came up with this genius idea. Ooh. My projects would have to be so infinitely smaller without it. Come on. The problem with speed 2 and sprint jumping placing blocks, you run out of hunger so quick. Oh, also, yesterday, like I said, I built a flower farm, right? Pretty decent. Absolutely chews through bone meal. Then, I mostly need it for... The reason I built it now is I need purple dye, which is blue and red dye combined, if you don't know how basic colors work. And I got a ton of red because the iron farm, right, just pumps out poppies. But you need the blue flowers, which, with the scale of the amount of dye we need, you're just not going to get that at any normal pace. So I built one that was... like fully automatic. You can make ones that you just stand there and collect them and it's way easier to build. But I figured if we can make it automatic with this project, we're just gonna go automatic. Doesn't matter if it's like a little more redstone, a little more difficult to build. Like the return should be better. Which has been clearly illustrated by the amount of wood and leaves that I've got already from my tree farms compared to how many just insane amounts of hours. I was gonna say hundreds. It might be 100 hours, honestly, just on the trees that Lapida used. Collecting those materials took so insanely long. Especially that giant tree at the top. Yikes. Where's my bed? Ooh, I almost got it. I don't even know if I missed it. I think it was just easy play stopped me. Nyom. Oh. But yeah, I figured, seeing as I spent... Ooh. I mean to do that either. I spent so much time in the Lapida build, collecting things manually, like an idiot. If it can be done automatic, we're doing it automatic this time. We're getting this thing done ASAP. Couple months, maybe 3, not 12. Not 12, not including the design time. From Lapida, to be clear. It's including the design time. Design for this was only 3 weeks versus like 3 months for Lapida. I got a lot better at the building tools. That, I already knew what I was doing. 2, a little more, a few more aspects included in that one. And I kind of had to teach myself everything to do with Minecraft building for that. I have a base thing, like comparison knowledge to go off with this one. Oh. Why did that not place? Because I'm out of mud again. Brother, I'm running out of materials insanely quick. Oh. That's empty. Crash. Hold that. We should dump that shulker. That's empty in a sec. Oh, I'm out of speed too. Bring that back. No. Leave me be. Leave me alone. I don't have time to kill you. I got blocks to place, man. I don't got time for you slimes. This really is going to be a giant pit of slimes until we add the water. Honestly, I think all the biomes will have a bunch of slimes. It won't be as bad as this pit's going to be, because this is the only like area down here that's going to be rendered in, so all the spawns are going to be taken up by them, but once all of them are built, there'll be like just, you know, a couple here and there. Ooh, almost got that perfect. It's so hard to try and get them all as you're just like sprinting through with speed 2. Cat hair. Always cat hair. Yeah, that is a really long line. Holy. It's slowly joining. It's becoming one giant pit. Oh, actually, low-key, it could eventually become, like, a wonk shape, but kind of a giant circle as the pit goes up the side walls. It should definitely be a little faster than this is currently being, at least. Boop. Okay, we haven't touched the void once yet. You don't instant die. You do die pretty quick, though, if you're wearing Elytra. Basically have no armor when you're wearing this thing. But no touch yet. A little bit of confidence. I have fallen so many times, though. Alright, while I'm here, bang bang, here is an empty shulker box, hold that, give me all of that, give me another couple of those, and I'll leave you guys to hang out by my beacon. Don't know why they're all just chilling in that area, but I'm not against it. As long as you're not harassing me, you know? Hopefully, as I'm building it, they shouldn't spawn on, like, the blocks I just placed, so they shouldn't annoy us too much. They're likely just going to chill in the center of the pit. Hopefully. No. Alright, layer 4, done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, layer 5. Hold up. We're kind of flying. Keep going, I guess, but dang. We've already flown through how many shulkers? 4? We got 2 over there? 3? We've done at least 3 shulkers. It's kind of ridiculous. How many materials are in a shulker box? What's 27 times 64? 1,700 items. Bro, we've already placed 4,000 blocks? Wait, that was bad math. 5 to 6,000 blocks? Holy. That's at least. Ooh, we are out of the beacon range. Come back. It's probably because I stopped. If we keep sprinting, you get 16 seconds when you're out of range, where you still have the effect until it like runs out of the timer basically. So if we're sprinting around, we might make it back before the 16 seconds is over. Okay, don't ask Siri random questions while you're out of range. Yeah, this is more like it. A single line. Also mostly stone or what? No way we're already out of the pit. The pit continues over this side, surely. Mud really do gotta be one of the least satisfying noises in this game. Rapid fire sounds kind of sick, but like, can't beat the stone or the, what was it the other day? The iron blocks. Some noises just go crazy. Mud, not it. I mean, granted, what noise are you really gonna make? But it sounds very wet. And like, why? I get it because mud is, but like, could have done a slightly less gross noise. Oh, also, I guess today, I don't know how much detail I've really explained each of the biomes as we're going, but I figured holding them until I started building them was the better idea. Especially because, you know, you're not going to be able to see it for a while. But as I'm building it, you can kind of get the general idea. So I figured we could kind of explain each of the biomes a little better as we're building. Seeing as, one, I'm going to be building for a long time. And two, you'll kind of be able to see as I'm going what I'm talking about. So for the ocean biome, I've explained probably this one the most, but it's 60-ish blocks, 70-ish blocks we were saying earlier, deep, which is kind of huge. Everything's going to be, like, mostly custom. There's obviously, you know, not everything is going to be changed, but I'd say the main theme of each biome is at least changed. Like custom trees, custom terrain, custom something in each one is changed. The ocean biome is kind of just huge. I guess it's like it's a mega deep ocean versus the normal standard. I tried looking through pretty much how I designed, depending on which one I guess, but how I designed a lot of the biomes is I went just searching through a bunch of Minecraft worlds, flying, you know, 100,000+ blocks in every direction, looking for crazy terrain of each biome for like inspiration basically, and then just taking aspects of that I liked and changing it a bunch. For ocean biomes, they really aren't that deep. I thought they were way deeper. even with like an ocean monument in them, most of the time, ocean monuments are only just below the water level. Even when they spawn at like the bottom of a pit. I don't know if ocean monuments spawn at a certain level, but regardless, they're usually touching the bottom. Like, you know how it has kind of like legs on it? I don't know if legs is the right word, but it's got the pillars at the bottom. If we sleep before I get attacked by a slime. And they've got the pillars at the bottom, right? It's usually still filled to the top of that with gravel. We need to sneak moss in here, and I really don't have room. Hold one of those. Please leave me be. I'm just trying to build a pit, if you guys don't mind. Yoink. Where was I? Here? Kind of missed this whole section. Hold up. Yeah, it's kind of filled to the bottom, up to the top of those pillars most of the time, and then it's touching the top of the water level. So water in like most ocean biomes, like the deepest ones I could find, was like 20 to 30 blocks. It really isn't a lot. So I figured we'll easily just make it way deeper. So I could fit more things in there in the future, perhaps. Giving them more room to be bigger and custom and grander and cooler and all that jazz. So that was one. Two, they don't really use mud a whole lot, which I guess is because it was added later. I think it kind of came in with the mangrove swamps and whatnot, but adding a bunch of that in there, adding a bunch of custom coral, kelp, all that stuff. I want to do custom stuff after this as well, so I'm kind of just leaving room. I'm trying to plan ahead to have space for that kind of stuff in each of the biomes, including the ocean biome. Oh, hell yes. I love bots. Just yeet you real quick. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, I want to build huge custom things later in the biomes, whether it's for this video or the next video or whenever. So yeah, I had to kind of keep that in mind as I was planning them. So we went big with pretty much all of them and leaving space for even bigger things later on. And then, yeah, the ocean, I had to try and sneak in a mushroom island in there somewhere. I didn't want it to be a whole, like, slice, I guess. You know, each of the biomes go around the entire build, right? And then they're sliced with, I had, like, biome rings. I don't know if I can show you. I'll get attacked by slimes, but I showed at the start of the project that it's a giant ring with lines through it. Each of those slices, basically, that broken up into biome sections. I didn't want the mushroom island or mushroom biome to be a whole one of those, because it's usually just a small island that you find 50,000 blocks out in the middle of a random ocean. So I figured, yeah, it being relatively smaller island size-wise in our ocean biome would look cooler. And then we're just going crazy with the mushrooms on that. And then next we'd have the forest biome, which the forest biome just combines pretty much every forest in the game. Oh, we're missing one over there. Hold up. Wait a minute. We have a new entry to the pit. I don't know if I can elytra hop to that. What? Nailed it. Let's go. I guess we could just land and place those. Huge. Okay, well, then we can just elytra hop back and forth for that till it eventually connects. Yeah, the forest biome connects most of the forests in one. This place goes crazy sometimes. Because we're not going to build one for each one. I just think that it just would look kind of eh. We like super overexposed now the sun is out. Oh. Yeah, it's better. Hold up. Take my jumper up as well. Oh my god, the fog. The dent. If you guys can see it. My hair is super long at the moment. The headset did. Goes crazy. It doesn't matter if it's the middle of winter. It's like, I don't know, 10 degrees outside. With the wind, feels like 5. With the window closed, this PC going, running whatever game, recording, streaming, recording 2 more times for time lapses. It's cooking in here. What was I saying? Mushroom Island. What about the Mushroom Island being huge? Big mushrooms. Oh yeah, and then we got to the forest. We're combining all of them, because building a whole biome for each kind of forest, like birch forest, spruce forest, yada yada, it's too much. It would just look I guess, kind of like repeating yourself. So I figured combining them would make them look cooler. And we can go bigger scale without it just being repetitive, I feel like. So we're combining a bunch of them. You know, the birch and the spruce trees being the primary ones in that biome. Oh, probably enough for now. Where am I over here? Yeah, connecting those, I think, makes the most sense. And then we have a bit of room left to build a little, and by little I mean huge, custom thing later on. Which I'm still deliberating which thing I want to build in the forest biome. Whether it's probably between like 3 things. I don't want to say yet, because I don't know which one I'm gonna do yet. But yeah, we're leaving room for stuff in each biome. And then, yeah, obviously it's still very rough, the schematic for it, so we're gonna customize, add a bunch of the new flowers that we just got. You gotta add the grass, blend everything together, you know? It's like this one as well, actually. I noticed in the schematic, a lot of this has a few spots that we need to touch up. Because I was trying to design it efficiently, basically. If it was, if I could do it via the builder tools and save time so that we can customize later, I figured that was just the better plan, rather than spending more and more time designing and trying to get things perfect, when we can just do that as we're building it. I'm curious, Cabbage, how doing? I'm doing well. Welcome. Building away, building big pit. Big old pit, which is eventually going to be an ocean. And just yapping about all the other biomes that we're slowly going to get around to building. I mean, as quickly as possible, but just pure size-wise is going to take some time. We are mostly running out on stone right now. Yeah, so customizing that a bunch. And then we got the dark forest, which is definitely one of my favorites. The custom trees that I made for those, I had inspo for those already in the Laputa build, which I kind of just expanded on, and then times it by 100 because we're building a whole biome rather than, you know, a small section of the Laputa build. So that's gonna go crazy, and then customizing that later has also got a lot to do. Big things hiding in that biome, which I do know what we're building already. Doing a full world build? Wait, me? Or you saying you're also doing something? Because yeah, I am basically rebuilding the world. This thing was missing an ocean. By at least the end of the week, it'll have an ocean. And then, yeah, the dark oak, the dark forest, I guess. I was considering originally adding the pale oak trees, the biome, to our dark forest, because I think it kind of matches the theme. But I came up with a different, kind of random idea for our pale oak custom biome. I'd say that's probably the most custom, like different to what it is in the normal game. Because I came up with the idea before I'd even seen properly the pale oak biome in game. Because I'm pretty certain it was out. I don't know if it's in like full release or whatever, but it was at least in the game if you updated to like a snapshot or whatever. Ooh, I don't have that. Hold up. We'll be back. Yeah, so I designed it with like the general concept. Like I knew what it was, but I hadn't really been able to explore it yet. And I just saw a bunch of stuff that was like my inspo for the other biomes. I'm like, this could be cooler though. It's definitely less accurate to the game, but we're not really going accurate. We're trying to be, you know, custom with as much of it as possible. Yo, that's crazy already how much of the pit has come along. It's gonna be mostly stone from up here. Yeah. So that's gonna be very different. There's no way you're trolling me like that. I instantly need the other blocks. Okay, hold up. We might need a new reorganization. We needed this stuff way earlier than I thought we were going to. Grab that. Give me more stone. Then we're gonna have to go grab our gravel, our granite shulkers. We'll just put them in the ender chest. We should have enough room now that we've burnt through like 4 shulkers of mud. Ooh, and we're already very low on rockets. That's crazy. We had a full stack at the start of stream. Have I just been falling off that much? Ooh, it is laggy in here. Give me a stack of that. Then give me the shulker. Did I pick that up? Yeah. Grab that for now. I don't think we have to use that yet, but if we can fit it in our ender chest. Ooh, we can only, like, just not fit that. Hold that, hold that. I guess we can hold it on us. Give me another stone one and chuck that in here somewhere that it'll definitely fit. Yep, it's kind of losing its color coordination, but that'll do, donkey. That'll do. It's sunset again. Ooh, fantastic. I don't think we're gonna make our 3,800 day mark. We've already only got 2 days left. Quick schlep. Yes, me. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. How long have you been in this world? Well, 3,800 days, just shy of. But in real life, 2 years. But I haven't been playing for 2 years straight. I probably took like a good year break. When I was doing a different YouTube channel, when I was on different projects and whatnot. But yeah, probably, I mean, Laputa was almost a good year just on that alone. So a lot of hours. A lot of hours. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is the efficiency with Easy Place. I'm glad I did grab that extra shulker box. Oh, and I put it in my ender chest. Bam, bam, bam. Give me one of those. That in there. Banger. Got on the stream. Build looking great so far. Thank you very much, chicken. Much appreciated. Pit so far coming along. It's a little baby pit. It's gonna be. Oh, how many layers have we done? We've done so many. Holy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 10 to 12-ish. I think I miscounted there, but 10 to 12-ish kind of range. It's gonna be 7 times this. Baby pit for now, but it's gonna be big pit. Okay, why we? There we go. Why is there dirt there? I don't have dirt on me. Let me finish this layer, we'll come back for it. We're gonna make that. And apparently I missed 2. My bad. Alright, now we just need dirt. That should be everything. At least until we get like towards the top where the sand is, but that's at least another 20, 30 layers away. Is this song just like particularly louder than the rest of them? Why is it so loud? I mean, it's a banger, it's just loud. Where my dirt at? Ow. Boink. Give. I picked that up, right? I'm gonna be extra careful that I pick things up when we're lagging this bad, because I've lost shulkers of stuff. Because I didn't realize I hadn't picked it up, because the entity lag was a little slow. And I had stood there for like the amount of time it should have taken to pick it up. But then I left without realizing it was still on the ground and it despawned. And that is pain when it's a whole shulker of stuff. Ooh, it's joining the pit. Welcome to the pit. Okay, what biome was I up to? Dark forest, epic trees, no longer going to include the pale oak trees. They're going to have their own separate biome, completely custom, but that's later on. So then we have the swamp, which is like a weird hybrid of a regular swamp and mangrove swamps. The original swamp is like my least favorite biome in the game. It's so ugly. The colors suck. It is the worst thing to traverse ever. I didn't really make it easier to traverse, to be fair. I guess we are going to build stuff in it later, so then you will be able to get around in it, but for now, it's not exactly easier to get around, but it definitely looks considerably less ugly and sad and like dull color-wise. Which, I mean, to be fair, we are just in a plains biome technically everywhere, so like the watercolor's not going to be, you know, a gross color. Which actually kind of sucks in terms of if there was a mangrove swamp that we could use, because the water in that is sick. Like the green-blue tinge to it. That's it. The regular swamps, though, terrible. So we kind of combined both of them, and they're less, like the trees, the custom trees is like the main focus, I guess. I mean, maybe this is probably one of the only biomes. There's so many biomes to consider, to be fair. It's definitely not one of the only biomes, but it's one of the biomes where I guess I kind of go ham on both sides, the terrain being very custom and different to the standard, and the custom trees. The mangrove trees, it uses mangrove wood and partially leaves as well, but the shape is like very, very different. I think mangrove trees are fun and different in the main game, but they just like... how to explain? What to say to explain what I mean? They just kind of suck at getting around through them. Like, exploring the area is just difficult. So rather than just like an all-consuming of space tree, there's like a singular trunk usually, and a lot more like overhanging, draping leaves and stuff to make it look more immersive while still being able to get through the place. Was the general idea I was going for. And then yeah, and then the terrain itself is a lot more rivers, deeper water, and then like some shallow areas, versus it kind of is just a bunch of puddles in the normal one, I feel like. At least from the ones that I was, you know, searching through a bunch of Minecraft worlds for tens of thousands of blocks for inspo. They just seem to be water spammed everywhere. Whereas this one's going to have a bit more of a flow to it, a little bit more sense to it. Because the water's going to extend from our ocean through our forest biome, through our dark forest, and then to our swamp. So it at least, you know, logically comes from somewhere. Jumping on those lily pads, yeah, for real. That's such a headache. And then you fall, because, you know, I'm not good at parkour. Or just, I guess jumping on lily pads doesn't even count as parkour. I'm not coordinated, so then you're just constantly underneath them or falling or whatever. If you could hazard a guess at how many blocks you placed, ooh. I mean, you can ballpark it for sure. If you mean, wait, do you mean just for this pit so far? Or do you mean, like, world total? If you mean for this... I'm already out. If you mean for this project, or this pit in particular, that's not too many. For the world itself, you could definitely ballpark pretty well, because I know what Lapidar is, and then you've just got to add the storage system to that. There's a decent amount of farms around, and I also didn't realize how big farms were. Did I use all my andesite? I used all my andesite. Damn. It did not mean to fall, but that's okay. Yoink. Okay, why is this pit wall so difficult to get up? And give me that back before I just accidentally leave ender chests floating around everywhere. Use glass blocks underwater blocks to imitate the color of the biomes. Ooh, that's good tech. That's good tech. I like that. I could potentially do that. I wouldn't do it for everywhere, for sure. The main one I'm thinking is the, yeah, that stressed me out for a second. I thought my elytra wasn't activating. We're definitely not breaking already. The main thing I would consider doing that for is the swamp biome. And maybe for, like, the shallow areas, that could look sick. Because I still want to be able to, like, swim through the river sections that are a bit deeper intentionally. But like for the 1 to 2 block depth, well, it's got to be at least 2 blocks deep, I guess. For the 2 block deep areas, glass on the bottom and then water over the top could go crazy. That's a great idea. Gotta write that down. Bam. I definitely messed up half the words in that, but that's fine. I'll get the general idea post-stream at some point. Ah! Make a note so you don't forget. Genius. That's a good idea. For the whole project though, how many blocks I reckon I placed? I mean, Lapid is 1,000,000 blocks. It's just over. I think it's like 1,030,000 something. The storage base, maybe 100, maybe 100,000. Not 100% sure. Probably about 100,000, including like the rings and all that jazz. And then sleep. Then what else we got? We've got the, ooh, sorry, that was probably really loud. We've got the gold farm. We've got the clay thing is one of the ones that I was like, holy cow, I didn't realize how big farms were. This is 40,000 blocks. The clay converter is 40,000 blocks. And it's just a farm. That's almost more than the amount of terracotta we need. I think we need like 60k terracotta. The farm just to collect that many materials is 40,000. Granted that it also converts all our dirt to dirt, I guess. It duplicates our dirt and then also converts it to mud for us. Which is like 300k more blocks, but still. That's a big old farm. Okay, we're out of mud again. Imagine my shock. So, my guess... well, we've got to be at least 1.5 mil. And I destroyed my entire base from episode 1 to build the storage base. That's probably like 60, 70, 80k. My best guesstimation, 1.8 mil. By the time we've done this, that's gonna bump those numbers up, for sure. There's granite in here. Granite. Yeah, this, I'm guessing, is probably going to be at least 2 mil. If we've already got 1.1 million items, and it's not even, like, customized, the jungle biome that I've designed so far doesn't even have trees yet, neither does the cherry biome, and we're at, like, 1.5, we're going to be at 2 mil, for sure, with all the customizing, all the adding, like, you know, the ocean biome doesn't have its kelp or coral designs that I want to make. So that's gonna bump that up to like, what, 4 or 5 mil? And we're at a diorite. Okay, this is becoming difficult to manage for sure. It is. It is. Keep. Ooh, that was scary. Keep those on me for now, I feel like. And then I'm about to run out of stone. Hold empty shulker boxes. Yeah, I guess, because I'm probably going back. I was going to say, it's probably better to actually put them back with our beacon, but for now, throw them in the ender chest until, I guess it's nighttime, we're already over there. Otherwise, it's kind of wasting time going back and forth for each empty shulker box. Hey, did we do everything? We're good. Next layer. Number, I don't know, 10-ish? I've never even made a shulker box. Would recommend. They're a life changer. But more on this world than most people do in creative world. Super impressive. Yeah, it's kind of huge. To be fair, I did design it in a creative world originally. If I just built this in survival with no like design originally, like that thing alone would probably take me like 4 years. Probably more, honestly. And it was already making 0 cents at 1 year to make that into one YouTube video. It might have pushed me to the limit of, okay, this makes no sense. I should probably not do this for one YouTube video. If it made it to like 4 years. But yeah, the design stage and things like IJAMinecraft, this easy place, game changer. Literally game changer. I would not be able to build anything remotely close to as big as I do without this. This would just take such an insane amount of time. And now that I'm better at using them too, is why I went even bigger with the... of course, it's raining. Now that I'm better at using them, I know how it works. I'm a little better at designing things, a little faster, all that. It's why I went bigger with the biome project. Because once I built Lapido, I was like, okay, it makes 0 sense going this hard for one YouTube video. Like, where it takes you a year. That just logically makes no sense. Unless you're getting, like, just insane numbers. It is just better to make still a sick project, just one that doesn't take you as long. It still makes a really fun video. That doesn't take you a year. But then I figured, well, we're way better at all of these aspects. If we build farms, if we go more efficiently, if we design as we're going, we could do this in a couple months. Maybe 3. And then, you know, the next one, maybe we do it in a month. And that's when we're starting to get logical. But also, if you're gonna build it, you know, if you're gonna build it for a YouTube video, and you're trying to make something sick, you may as well go big. I think I beat the end like once. Don't get me wrong, I've sunk a lot of hours, but I quickly step away from a normal and play modded. Fair, very fair. I haven't played modded in so many years, but I do love modded. The Feed the Beast back in the day, I sunk so many hours into that. It was sick. I know you said a bunch of tech terms there. You lost me at Mud Farm. Oh yeah, true, my bad. I forget that, yeah. I have a giant farm that's like 40,000 blocks that, if you didn't know, you can turn dirt, you can duplicate dirt by putting in a crafting table. 2 dirt plus 2 gravel makes coarse dirt. And then if you place that coarse dirt, turn it into a path block by right-clicking it with a shovel, or you can turn it into farmland by using a hoe on it. Then you break that dirt, whichever one you did. That becomes dirt. Just straight up dirt. Which, mathematically, you are just duplicating your dirt at the cost of the gravel. So you get 4 dirt every 2 dirt that you put in, and then you just lose the gravel that you put into it. Using that logic, you can just duplicate it until you have hundreds of thousands, which is exactly what I did, because, I mean, this is one block. There's only one way I got this many items. It's duplicating things and making crazy farms. Then, if you want mud, you just put a water bottle, like you place water bottles on dirt, that makes it mud. If you make a little farm for that, it can do it automatically. And then, you go even further, if you run mud over a block that has a pointed dripstone underneath it, if you leave it there long enough, it will dry the mud out until it's clay. And then if you collect the clay via, complicated farm, and then you smelt it, you have terracotta. It's like the most long-winded farm I own, but it's the only way I can build my mesa biome. Because it's like, probably 100,000 blocks itself. And if I couldn't get 100,000 terracotta via a mega farm like that, it just wasn't going to happen. Because trading, the only other real way is the one block, which would take you years, or villages, which is the next most logical one. But I traded so many times with villages. For example, traded with villages 276,000 times. Over a 250,000 trades with villages. That is so time consuming, it's painful, it's the worst. So getting that much terracotta from them, especially when you have to try and get enough mason villages with the correct color terracotta that you want to even trade efficiently with them. He almost fell. I mean, I fell, but almost ended up in the wood. What the hell do you want? Ah, Felicia. Well, he's in the void. What was I running out of? Granite, right? Is it still mana chest? It's still mana chest. Granite. You know what? Keep that on me. Keep that on me, because I'm probably going to need some more. There's big patches of it here. Is that another layer? Dude, we are crushing this. Let's go. Alright, where was that? Hours, even with easy place and blueprints, it's still a massive job you're doing. Oh yeah, it's insanely huge. It makes 0 sense. But it can be super fun. Like a roguelike with dungeons. Yeah. Holy trades. You say this is one block? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is. Let me show you real quick. I don't know how much you've seen of this project. If this is the first time you've seen any of it. This is One Block Minecraft, which is why we're in a giant void world. Oh, I got a box around it at the moment. Hold up. You spawn into this world on that singular block right there, which currently has stacks of armadillo scoots. I think there's an armadillo stuck under it. Yeah, there's a few animals stuck under here. This is my one block, which I currently have set up to pistons, which make farming it way faster. Yeah, I mean, that's what it does in a short example. I did not mean to start that, but that's fine. Yeah, everything came from there. You just spawn into the world on a singular block and then go crazy from there with farms. Which is why this world makes 0 sense. Because if you build it in Minecraft, it would still take you hundreds, thousands of hours, and then you do it in one block, and then you just 10x everything that makes it, like, every farm, every material you gather becomes so infinitely harder to get. Like, one block of dirt, all comes from the one block, and then if you want hundreds of thousands of it, suddenly you have to build a 40,000 block farm just to get dirt when you could have just dug it up in any other world. This is indeed the one block. Crazy. They called me crazy once. You locked me in a room. Really funny if somebody heard you quote that and they don't know it's a quote. And they just genuinely think you're insane. Bro. Okay, we're actually getting so much further up this pit than I thought we were going to. How long have we been streaming? Like an hour of building? Not bad. A good looking pit so far. We are starting to run out of the beacon range a lot more often. We might have to get the dual beacon setup going in a second. Damn, it kind of makes, like, clicking back into speed 2 crazy. My brain suddenly just can't keep up with it. I feel like we're moving 10 times faster than we were originally when we were with speed 2. Yeah, this is where we start getting hella efficient though, because it's just like 1 or 2 layers, and you can just sprint around in a circle. Even with the speed 2 running out. Sprint jumping like this. If I can get my block placement a little better. We start getting crazy quick. Wow. And we're out of moss. But then you leave big nasty scars in the world. This is cleaner. Wait, big nasty scars? From what? What I forget? I frequently forget context while I'm streaming. They say so many things. Don't drop that. Oh, imagine that fell into the void. A whole shulker of andesite. And digging up a lot of dirt. Oh yeah. True, but then you just gotta make like a nether portal that sends you like 20,000 blocks away. Find a desert, decimate it, take all the sand, and then just the closest plains biome or whatever. Just absolutely decimate that, and then you just teleport back via the portals, and no one's the wiser. Because no one's gonna see that random nether portal 40,000 blocks away. Ooh. Almost fell again. I was wondering why I was going so slow. I can't even sprint. I'm out of food. Okay, my logic, my idea of the slimes is true. They just chill out in the middle of the pit rather than on the walls we're trying to build. Huge for us. Big time save. Diorite. Yoink. Okay, really don't lose this one though. For real, don't drop this in the void. Thank you. Oh. I fell anyway. Damn it. Okay, that was just like the worst display of coordination all stream. And never think of that place again. Exactly. Until you need more sand. You run out of sand or run out of dirt, or you just make another portal. That's actually even better. If you really don't want to have any scars in your world, you just break that that portal. Pretend it never existed. Then make a new portal the next time you need it. And you won't even remember where it is. It'll be like it never existed in the first place. Especially if you're doing like the sand trick with TNT, where you like place a piece of piece of TNT, light it, run through it, and then keep running in a straight line for like 10 blocks, place another one, continue. It's like a really efficient way to, I'm out of stone, to mine sand late game, obviously when you have a ton of TNT. But it absolutely ruins your world. It looks horrendous. No, not the sand. No. Yoink. Alright, we continue. I don't know how many shulkers we're at right now, but we are burning through materials. I reckon we go like one more layer and then we go get the beacon. The second beacon. Problem is we have to break that one, put it down this end, and put the new one down the other end. Which, like, I know the overall return is obviously better. Sprinting with speed 2 is way faster than literally anything else, but, like, I don't want to go get it. Ugh. This is the greatest. Straight line sprinting. As long as I don't miss a block, which I immediately miss a block. So quick. Is speed. I'm out of andesite. Yoink. Okay, yeah, we really do. I'll finish this layer, we'll go get the beacon. The difference between that speed 2 sprinting on the other side and this, yikes. It's also really disorientating putting in and back into speed 2 and then dropping it, because you're like calibrating like how quickly you've got to move with your mouse to make sure you don't miss any blocks, and then I just lose all coordination once we cut back to one or the other. Sit back down. Then one day, a few years later, you come across that area, it hasn't loaded in. You're like, what the hell happened here? Just blame somebody else. It wasn't me. What do you mean it's a single player world? It wasn't me. I didn't do it. My calf is cramping. My stupid calves, man. They will never be normal. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You can't sit at a desk and then go play basketball for 3 hours and expect your calves to not be annoyed. Beacons, that's what we're doing, boys. We need a new beacon. We need to replace another one. And then we'll be efficient across the board. Speed. Damn, we lag in here. Holy. Okay. Oh. Star is in here. Here. Beautiful. Obsidian is over this side. We got like 5 FPS in here. It is grim. Our glass. Me 5 items. Yoink. And then grab some iron blocks. Beautiful. We continue as the sun sets on day 3800. Fantastic, we didn't quite make it, but hey, we tried. We've made a decent pit so far. This is probably like, maybe not quite, but pretty close, I would say, to a normal ocean. What do you reckon? How many blocks up we're going? Like 1, 2. About 15 to 17, 18 blocks if you're counting the very bottom of this pit here. Most oceans are like 20 blocks deep at their deepest. 20 to 25 probably. So hey, we've already kind of built an ocean. Now we just have to build 3 times that. Okay. This needs to come down, but maybe we build the other one first, so we have speed 2. Okay, what's like the center? Basically where I am. I get attacked by 2 slimes at once. Please hold. I'm wearing an elytra and I don't have a sword. Relax. You know what? Let me just get my sword. You're gonna harass me. We're gonna split into like 7 different types. Yikes, bro. My inventory is grim looking. Bro, look at them all. How did that not hit more than one? The worst. Beautiful. Alright. Heat up before I die by accident. Okay. Like here-ish. This is kind of center, right? Wait, did I do that right? Did one too many on the side. Beautiful. Leave me alone, slime. I have blocks to place, man. You're in my way. I guess I could have made... I don't have another star without having to break my other beacons though. So I could make a double beacon and then we could have jump boost. So if we fall slightly we can get back up a lot easier, but that's usually more of a headache than it's worth. Bonk, bonk. Wait, that didn't actually do the thing. Speed dose. Beautiful. Stop breaking this. Wait. What? I can't make haste too because I broke the thing. Make breaking this a little faster. Best thing is you'll swim super fast with 2 beacons. Yo. Just leave them down here? Low key? Building after could be huge. I don't know when I want to fill it with water. I don't know if I want to just build the 3 biomes that have water and then fill it with... Build the outline of the 3 biomes that have water. Actually 4 biomes. And then fill it with water, or build all the biomes and like one of the last things we do is fill it with water. I don't know. Because I got other things I want to build. I also low-key want to build something in this ocean at a later point. And building it while it's filled with water sounds like a headache. But I don't know, I'll work it out at some point. I at least have to build the other 3 biomes on top of this one, so I got time to work it out. So, can you please leave me be? I'm just trying to move a beacon if you don't mind. You know what I realized? Yeah, oh, not realized, but I found out a couple weeks ago. I don't know what stream it was, but I was watching somebody stream or a video or something, and they pointed out that slimes are actually friendly creatures. If you turn down your hostile mob sounds, they don't actually stop making noise. These guys count as friendly creatures for some reason. And they're like, see, you're killing friends. They're friendly creatures. They're just trying to say hello. No, I don't accept it. They do damage. They're trying to attack me for no reason. Look at these guys. They're harassing me. But it's kind of funny that they are counted as friendly creatures in the sounds. Hold that. My inventory is an absolute mess right now, but I'll just build the beacon and then we'll have a few more slots to deal with. Like here-ish. Three. You couldn't just stay over there and relax, could you? Leave me alone. Also, give me that iron block back. Beautiful. Also, slimes do so much damage. Especially the big guys, and they hit so quick. I build it fast enough before they start getting in my way. It's an aggressive hugging. You don't want to build underwater, right? Ideally, no. That would kind of suck. I can put enough, what's it called? The beacon that's like the underwater thing that makes you breathe underwater. Conduit. I could put a bunch of conduits. I have plenty Heart of the Seas and Nautilus shells that we could fill the entire thing with, you know, we can breathe and see way easier. But, yeah, I don't know, just building... I feel like it's a good and bad thing. I feel like it'd be uncoordinated, but maybe once you get used to it, like, you can just fly up and down, or swim up and down the heights of the build a lot easier without having to, you know, have a path that you can usually traverse. Alright, 2 speed 2 beacons. I have 2 stacks of slime on me now. Look at all these idiots. Hold that, hold that, hold that. Do I have any empty ones? I just hit my own shulker box. I think it was a slime. I was trying to be quick. I'm legally blind. Alright, get rid of you idiots as well. I don't think you guys do any damage, but you're annoying nonetheless. Bam. Alright. You are empty. On the ground. What else we got? Okay, we want to keep all them on us. And then I dumped an empty one in there. And an empty one. Alright, we got a bit more room to work with. We got a double speed 2 beacon setup going. We should probably keep this bed on us so then we don't have to come back to sleep. And give us more stone for us to go. And actually also that. Alright, where was I up to? Did I finish? I finished the layer. Okay. Yeah. Creepers are just friends too, right? Yeah, until they blow up and kill you and all your items. I think the smallest ones can damage you, but they fill the mob cap. True. They're slowing down my lag. Take that inventory. Yeah, cop that shulker box. Get out of my way. Okay, we're up to mostly stone layers. What was I up to in my explaining biomes? Did the swamp, right? So the next one is plains, which I think I'll hold the main theme for until I actually build it. That one's got like the biggest surprise, I feel like, out of all of them. But loosely, it's a plains cross mountain biome. So on one side of the swamp is going to be a giant mountain, and then in the center is going to be a plains biome, which I've at least already said is going to be a custom recreation from a movie. but I'm not going to say what movie yet. I need moss. But yeah, super keen to build that. But it's going to be in between, going to have a mountain on one side, and then on the other side as well. Yeah, I didn't want to just do a plains biome because that's, well, kind of incredibly boring. Even if you try to customize it, there's not a lot to work with there. So I figured that one made the most sense, would be the coolest to recreate some more movie stuff. And then on the other side is a mountain. On that side of that mountain is a jungle biome, which is probably the least designed one so far. I don't know what I want to do entirely yet. I have concepts of plans for sure. But yeah, jungle wood, I had to like work out how well I could farm jungle trees again, because that giant tree up there is 40,000 jungle wood, not logs, wood. So that took so long, and then on top of that, it's got 50,000 oak leaves and 50,000 jungle leaves each, which took a long time as well. I really didn't want to. The jungle one was definitely the least excited I was to build any of the biomes, just solely for the trees' sake, having to farm them again. Because farming jungle trees is the worst. It's so slow. There's like no good farms for them. I've now got 4 different tree farms. One does include jungle wood, which works okay. It doesn't return the amount of saplings you need. It like just can for a little while. It's really up to RNG mostly. So I can get the logs okay, as long as I, maintain it. It's just not as easy as the other trees. The leaves is the biggest problem. Depends how hard I'm going to go with that biome. I'm also considering blending it a bit with the movie recreation of the plains biome. Building is a great idea. I haven't seen a wandering trader in 600 days, and I've already seen 2 in today's stream alone, in like 10 Minecraft days. That's crazy. What you got for me? Also, what is going on down here? Ah, it's a little bird chick outside. Can you please give me the firefly bush, please? If I didn't already have this, that's huge. If I didn't already have this, that's huge. I have both of them. Blue ice, I do want. So we need to go get some emeralds, because blue ice is incredibly rare and difficult to get. Ice in general is really hard to get in one block. So we'll trade him for some of that. Some of them goods. Don't really care about more cherry tree saplings. I should already have enough. And now we have the farm. We should get plenty, because I don't think that tree has any problems with like dropping saplings enough to regenerate itself. Mostly this, and I kind of have a dye farm already now, so I shouldn't need either of these. Sure. As you were, sir. As you were. Hold this for now. Once I go back, I will put them in one of the empty shulker boxes, because that is taking up a lot of room right now. Build Pride Rock, such a banger movie. Oh yeah, you just mean The Lion King. I was like, is Pride Rock a different movie? You just mean The Lion King? Hell yeah. Will that work with any of the mountains I've got? Not really, no. Did I just catch that? Oh, it's been sick. There's a little bug in here harassing me. Pride Rock. Let me scan the biomes that I've got. It definitely won't work in the plains biome, that's for sure. That definitely could be hilarious to build though. To just casually have a Pride Rock. I don't think it would fit in any of them. I don't really have... I was also thinking if I had like a proper acacia biome, that could go hard in there. We kind of combine the acacia with the desert biome. So it won't look, it'll just make no sense there. But if I had like a proper acacia biome, a pride rock in there could go hard. That's like 450,000 planks. Maybe have to do, yeah, in a savanna, yeah. 450,000 planks. Oh, in the wood for the tree? Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. We collected way too many things manually in the last video. That's insane. That new tree farm though is great. I've been running that like crazy. I've got like shulkers and shulkers of spruce trees. Jungle trees I now have like 2 double chests, maybe 3. What else have we done? We've got mangrove trees, or mangrove wood, and the roots. They drop so many of the, I don't know if it's actually called mangrove roots, but what they are is roots, so whatever those things are. We've got shulkers of them. Birch, we've got a couple shulkers. Oak, we've got so many because we get oak trees from, I didn't even run it in my main tree farm. I have just been farming oak leaves via that very complicated oak leaf farm that we built a couple streams ago. And that is incredibly inefficient by design at getting the oak wood because it is just supposed to be for the leaves. And I still have like a double chest of that just from that. And then I've been running my incredibly slow azalea leaf farm, which again is not built intentionally to get a bunch of logs. It is mostly for the leaves. And just the small amount that it picks up per tree is still so much oak wood. So we should be fine with that. And sticks. Sticks like crazy. I got like 4 or 5 double chests of sticks now. Which, you know, a couple streams ago, before I started running these trees, and I was trying to build the farms themselves, building like redstone components and whatever, like repeaters and comparators, used so many redstone torches, I never had any sticks, and now I have a lifetime supply. And by lifetime, I mean a normal lifetime. I'll probably still run out doing the stupidly big projects we do. No way, we're far enough away from that. What? Bruh. Maybe I should have counted how far that beacon was from the other one. Because surely they have overlap, right? If I'm already not reaching it and I haven't come back to this side yet still? Bruh. Honestly, they might not even have overlap. How far do beacons reach? Clearly not as far as I thought. Okay, we have a decent amount of stone still, so just fill my inventory. Where was I up to? The jungle biome. Yeah, okay, so I don't know what the trees are going to be yet. Considering blending it with the movie recreation that we're doing, I got some ideas for that. The next one, though, is the Mesa/Badlands biome. That's actually the first one that I designed. I don't know why, I just kind of, like, was the most inspired to build that one. Saw a bunch of stuff on Instagram and something else. Because I was doing... Oh, I can't say that. That would spoil it. Yeah, I found a bunch of inspo on Instagram or whatever, just scrolling around looking for stuff. And I was just most inspired to build that one. Plus, I wanted to design that one first, so I knew how big we were going. Because terracotta is definitely the biggest, like, throttle in this project. How big we can go was really up to how much dirt can I get and how much terracotta can I get. And then once I had worked out that design for that dirt all the way through to terracotta farm, I was like, okay, sweet. We have at least a way to get it. I can go big. Because originally I was like, okay, maybe we aim for like 2 to 500k blocks type mega build. If like that's 1 million and it took me a year, maybe we go for half. That way, you know, we try to go faster. We do half the size. It's still a mega project. But, you know, maybe we get it done in a few months. Instead, I decided to double it and still aim to get done in a couple months. Because we found the farm capable of providing enough blocks. So once I had designed that one, it's currently very like intentionally like a barren wasteland badlands, which I know is kind of like what it is already. But I have again another thing I want to build in pretty much every biome in a future project. And the one for the Mesa one is going to be huge and tie into like the original theming for the Mesa biome in regular Minecraft. Just again, 10x anything that's in regular Minecraft. The build, the concepts or plans that we're gonna build is just always so much bigger. Yeah, so that one is so far just a giant barren wasteland by design with a ton of terracotta in certain colors, and then that's where our huge amount of red sand comes in. I think we have like just shy of 100k. I think it's like 90k red sand, including the smooth red sandstone. Sandstone is so ridiculously expensive, by the way. I know I've said that already this stream, but it's actually truly insane how much. Like, it's 4-to-1, and then you have to smelt it on top of that if you want smooth sandstone. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then after that, where do we go after that? Is it straight? I think it's straight to the Pale Oak biome. Which, like I said, is very custom. Probably the furthest from its original design out of any of the biomes. I'm scanning to double check that claim. I'm pretty sure. Most are just like exaggerated versions of them with like custom trees and custom terrain or whatever. This one I pretty much fully changed the idea of it, which I think is sick. We definitely just sleep. Quick nap. Yeah, that one's continuing like the barren wasteland vibes that the Mesa biome is. Which I think looks really cool with that block palette. And it also is heavily inspired by... Ooh, almost fell off. What are they called? It's like salt, where the ground is just salt. Plains. Like, plains. What are you called? Salt plains. That kind of worked, but also didn't work. They're just called salt. Yeah, okay. It's like heavily inspired by salt plains, which, I don't know, Google is at least suggesting that it's in Bolivia and Utah. Where the ground is just entirely dead, basically, and all white and salt. It's like hugely inspired by that, because I thought the Pale Oak blocks worked extremely well with that. So it's like partially dead barren wasteland with the trees incorporated with that, because the white goes really well blending up from what would be like a salt plain, and then it merges into like a more dense forest as the biome continues, which I think looks really cool. I need diorite. And yeah, I'm very keen to build that one. It's going to be so resource heavy though, because the salt plains that we're going to build is stripped pale oak wood. Not wood, the logs. Which is just an insane amount of blocks. See, how much is it? I can tell you the exact amount, and I know it's a ridiculous amount. Yep. 13,000, or just shy of 8 shulker boxes of stripped pale oak logs. So not only do we have to get an insane amount, thousands of stripped logs, of just logs, we then have to strip them. Which is going to take hours. Hours with the design that we have, the little zero tick system we have to like automatically send stripped logs into a collection chamber. Even with that, it will take hours. But it's going to look sick. That one I've designed a decent amount for, and very, very keen. It's going to look cool. And then blending that in with the trees, because The biome after that is our cherry biome. So we didn't want it to like go from a complete barren wasteland to, you know, the cute cherry biome. Slowly blends. Can we just stop running out of materials for like 2 seconds, please? Can I get a little progress going before we run out again? Yeah, so blending it all together into a cherry biome, which is partially snowing in that biome. It's kind of sick. Oh, I just realized I forgot one section, but we'll come back to it in a minute. The cherry biome has a giant mountain in it as well, which is snow-capped. It's got ice on it, which isn't actual ice because I can't get thousands of ice in this world. It just will take a million years. So we're using a bunch of different blue blocks, which from a distance definitely still looks great. I mean, it doesn't look bad from close up. You can just tell it's not ice. We're gonna run out of stone. It's alright. We'll head back to our center section and dump those extra items once we run out. But yeah, giant snowy mountain with some cherry trees on it. Another idea for a mega build I want to do on that, in that, around that, with that type situation. And then around it, around the mountain, is still going to be plenty of like flat land with the greenery and the pink petals everywhere and looking all cutesy and whatnot. I haven't fully designed. I've got some ideas for like what the custom trees are going to look like. I just haven't fully done it yet. Give me that, and that. And that. And then I'm out of stone, please, sir. Yoink, yoink. Dump the empty one, and goodbye slime. I want nothing to do with you. Ooh, okay. Probably should have put some stone in my inventory before I came up here, but surely I won't drop it off the edge. We're good, we're good. Yeah. Yeah. My heart drops every time you fall. Same. But my brain locks in. That's why I keep losing my train of thought. Because I'm trying to think of all the things that I'm trying to explain. Non-stop yap. Place blocks efficiently as possible. And then I fall off and my brain just like loses everything that I was doing. It's like, oh, lock in. Don't fall. Don't fall in the void. We have too many things in my inventory. But yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We're pretty far up now. We're like 20 blocks up. Ooh. Mob farm. Yeah, also this place is not going to be spawn proof at all. They just physically can't be for some of them. I could hide frog lights and shroom lights and jack-o'-lanterns under moss carpets like I did in Lapida build, or probably like half of the biomes. But as soon as you get to like the Badlands Mesa biome, it's just immediately impossible to light that up. And I'm still kind of considering lighting up the ones that I can at least, and just leaving the Mesa biome to be just a shambles whenever you visit it during the night. Which, I mean, like, you don't typically anyway, so it's gonna be fine. But yeah, that is still a huge undertaking to light that up. I'll definitely need the biggest frog light farm anyone's ever built ever to do that. But I'm considering, I think I'll just do it in like the main areas. Like if there's a river or a walking path or something, like a feature, I'll light that area up with some hidden lighting. And then the rest will just have to be not spawn proof. Because yeah, there's a bunch. I did not need that much diorite. Hold up. I just did that on autopilot. Honestly, 1 stack is fine. Yeah, the desert biome also can't be spawn proofed. So like you just can't do it all. So it's like, do you bother doing any of it? Because it doesn't really matter. It's not your main build. It's not going to affect any of the farms because you're far enough away from the biomes when you're in the one block or the Lapida build itself that the mobs won't be spawned out here. So it's really just if you want to visit the place at night and not have to deal with mobs. Which again, I think I don't care as long as we light up the main features. I'm excited to see the future builds. Sounds like you have plenty of plans. So many plans. So many plans. Oh, apologies, Cabbage. I missed your message. Catch you again. Adios, sir. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you on the next stream. If you are still here. Otherwise, apologies. I missed you. Wait, why is this section so flat? Chill. I was enjoying my single layers that I could sprint place all the items. Like this. And I immediately miss. Yeah, we probably need a couple stacks of granite. We are running out of that quick. It's just like big patches of it. So like you typically don't need that much of an inventory. And then all of a sudden you just burn through your one stack you got. Like this. These big old patches burning through my stacks. Can they just like hurry up and make the inventory bigger? Like I know everyone's been complaining about the inventory, needing an inventory update for a long time. But I really feel that on a deep level. With big projects like this, your inventory is just such a shambles. Can we get a big one perhaps? It'd be actually sick. Wait, actually I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe that is a thing. I should check. I'll check off stream because searching through settings and probably having to search up on Reddit seems incredibly boring and time consuming. What? I wonder if Easy Place could yoink items from shulker boxes that are in your inventory. That would go insanely crazy. Imagine if I just had to fill my inventory, leave enough spaces for the items to come out of your shulker box. But say if you had like a slot here for your granite, your dirt, your moss, your stone, your gravel, diorite, mud. Enough slots for there to be a stack out here each, and then you filled the rest with shulkers. And Easy Place just yoinked it if you had enough in your shulkers for it. That would be insane. That might be a little overkill for the storage update, but hey, I would just take double the inventory space, you know, just double it down here. Move this screen up a little bit, double the size down the bottom. That sounds great. Rip that piece of stone, never to be seen again. Is there a way to get a world download to play on of this? Yeah, it's in my Discord. It won't have everything that I built for this project so far, but it has the entire Lapidator build. When I finish that project, I put the world download in my Discord. Which is free. Big inventory and vanilla would be cool. Yeah, so many people, most YouTubers that I watch have been asking for it for so long. But Mojang are like team 1 at trying not to like overcomplicate, add too many things to like confuse or overwhelm new, young, and returning players that haven't played for ages. They don't want people to come back after not playing for years and being like, holy, like everything's changed. It feels like it's modded because there's a million new things. The inventory is twice the size and yada yada. And then with younger players, they're new and they're, you know, you start playing Minecraft when you're like 8, I don't know. You get lost in the source. It suddenly becomes a more complicated game than, you know, a game that literally any age can play. But yeah, the double inventory, I feel like, you know, all those parties could work out of just a few extra inventory slots. Or, actually, what would be huge, one of the building mods that I use when I'm designing in creative, it gives you an extra, what's it called? Like, toolbar? Like, the 9 slots that I have at the bottom of the screen, you can, like, press an extra button, scroll up, and it gives you a secondary set. Hello, sir. Hello. Wanna come sit? Over here. Okay. Over this side. No, not on my lap. Over here. No. Down. Over here. Yeah. Come up. Yeah, my man. We got Haku. My boy. Hello. How you doing? And he's naturally trying to come sit. Apologies, microphone. That's your spot. Got you a whole chair and a cushion. You know, let it eat my phone charger though. That's messed up. That's kind of crazy. That's the first thing you went to do. No. Don't scratch that. Chill. Hang out and vibe. No. Let it. Is that alright? You got your spot? No. You're sitting there. Good boy. He gets there eventually. Bam, 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 bam. Brain. Yes, you get an extra toolbar that you can just scroll up in between. So if you're building with like a gradient or whatever, you can just load up that toolbar, scroll back and forth to it. Now that's probably a bit much for regular Minecraft, but if you don't want to change this screen, right, you don't want to overwhelm people and it be too big, there should be just like a little arrow right here that you can flick this 3x9 slot to be a second page of slots. That would go incredibly hard. So then you can, you know, throw your shulkers in that one maybe, and your main materials you're using here. That would be crazy. Moss. Imagine my shock. We're out of more materials, and we've also used a whole shulker of moss already. That's kind of crazy. Look how much we've built already. This thing's huge. Low key, I might actually finish this today. How far up am I? That's still pretty high up. Okay, maybe still, it's gonna take a lot of grinding, but maybe it's possible. If we're still going max. Shut up, bot. Get out of here. Yeet. Did that not delete? Why did that not delete that? Whatever they banned. I don't know what I was talking about. Inventory. Yeah, that'd be sick. If we had 2 pages of that, that would be huge. And then did I fully explain? I think I explained the cherry biome, right? I did realize that I forgot to mention that the jungle biome, I'm out of moss, also has a giant cave in it. Which is going to be sick. I have got the rough design down for, but I'm thinking of also going even more crazy and adding like a giant, like taking out the entire floor. Currently it's like a big cave with like stone stalactite looking things through it. But I'm thinking of taking out the floor and making it a giant black glass void. You know, if you put layer colored glass with a gap between, it slowly just becomes this void looking thing of whatever colored glass you use. Thinking, hey, of making that black glass, because it's kind of already like dark and creepy in there, and I think the void glass would really sell that entirely, just being like a creepy cave underneath something that I want to build later. Could go crazy. And then after, back towards our cherry biome, on the other side of that is our final biome. I don't think I missed any by accident. Definitely could be possible. My brain is usually fried while streaming, but I'm pretty sure I got them all. Is the desert biome is the last one, which is I think the second biome that I designed. It's kind of huge. It's kind of over the top. It's kind of massive. It's probably it's kind of hard to customize that one as much as possible because there's no like custom trees. So I kind of just went bigger with the terrain as much as possible. And we have big plans for building something in the desert. Not part of this video, not part of this project, but it's It's a little something that goes in desert biomes, and it's gonna look sick. So the desert biome is probably the least, I mean, there's just the least amount of things that I can customize in it. But yeah, it's gonna go incredibly hard once we build the other thing that I want to build. Very, very keen. How are we out? We're just constantly out of everything. We just don't have the space for this many materials at once. Bam. Alright. What are we, you reckon we're at like 30 layers by now? I think it's like 5 layers or so of mud. That's about 5. That's about 5. That's about 5. Probably like 25, maybe 30 layers. We're like a third to halfway done. Oh! I feel like at this pace, I can't imagine what slows us down. Oh, actually, it does go further out. It expands pretty quickly. Towards the top. Maybe like the last quarter of it is actually like a half, realistically. The last quarter of layers is probably like half the materials of the whole schematic because it expands out so far. That's probably going to slow me down a bit. But I still feel like at this pace, I should definitely be able to finish this off tonight, post-stream. And then I don't know what my plan is yet, but I do want to build as much of this as possible. As quickly as possible. I did originally have the goal of finishing all of the building aspects of this project by the end of July. It's the 14th of July. Probably won't hit that. It would be kind of insane if I did, but I'm hoping to still be pretty close. The problem is, do I prioritize building it as quickly as possible? Or making videos as I go. I really wanted to make shorts. I mean, I already have. I want to keep making shorts on the streams that we've done as little like updates on the project as we're going. Because I think that's a really cool way to keep up with what's going on in streams, in projects, if you don't have time to watch said streams and projects. And then whenever you got time, you can jump in and know what's going on. Plus, you see a little bit more of the project than you would in the final video, which I think is also a good idea. But making those takes time, and then also the overall end video, at least with Lapida last time, each main section that I did, I tried to edit as I was going, which helped a lot in terms of editing, but it slowed down the building process a lot. So yeah, I don't know if I want to try and do that. I haven't edited any of the main video yet. I kind of do by... Hello, my voice is running out, apparently. Is it back? It's kind of back. My voice is dying. Talking non-stop makes my voice run out a lot. Yeah, bananas. All right, we're back. Kind of. It's dying, but it's kind of here. Now I instantly forgot what I was talking about. I hate when my brain does this. It happens all the time on stream because I'm trying to do so much things at once. Yeah. Editing the video. It's back. Don't worry, my brain gets there. It always gets back. Yeah, editing it as I go was way better for editing the video's sake in terms of efficiency and keeping everything in mind of what I was doing and all that. But it does slow down the project like a lot. What is this? Oh, I'm running out of stone, not andesite. I'm out of... Wait. Did I just... It's diorite. I was gonna say, it wouldn't let me place something. I'm missing something. There we go. But yeah, it slows down the project a lot. So I was considering not editing the main sections. I am the main sections of the video as I'm building the thing, so I can prioritize getting the build done. I am already keeping in mind what I want to do for the video as I'm going, which is good for me at least. By making the shorts as I go. which is kind of sick, a good way to keep on top of that. The problem with that is it just means there's going to be a big gap in streams and whatnot if I've got to spend 3 weeks post building the project, editing the video. And 3 weeks is probably generous. It's probably going to be 4, if not more. Never really have a gauge for those kinds of things, particularly when I change up how I do them each time and the pure scale of them each time. But yeah, we'll see how all that goes. But that's currently the plan. I want to see if we can get the build done. I think that's what I want to prioritize this time. And then, I don't know, I feel like binging each section of the project. I didn't think you had a bow for a second. That was just a weaponless skeleton. What do I have in my inventory? Can I dump anything? I have 2 stones. Hold 1 stone there. Do I have much mud? What's the mud situation like? Yeah, we have a few layers of mud. There really isn't anything else I can prioritize keeping in or out of this inventory. Maybe the dirt one? Where was my dirt shulker gone? Hold that. And then may as well fill up the rest with stone. Wait. Did I throw that in there? I just got rid of my stone one, didn't I? Well, just give me a fresh one while I'm here, I suppose. Yoink. Beautiful. We continue. With the sprint jumping that I didn't immediately fall from at all. That would be stupid. Understandable. You could consider streaming your editing process. Wait, I should go live while editing it? I never considered doing that. 1, that's so many hours. 2, hello sir. You're being very cute, but as you can see, there's no room on my lap. That's why I got you your own chair. And you're not allowed to put holes in my chair. That's not okay. Good boy. Yeah, I don't think I could because the way I stream. Like I can't yap and edit at the same time. I also feel like some sections of editing would be really cool to watch. Like I think editing things to music and stuff are way more interesting to watch. But a lot of aspects are just listening to the same thing a million times over, which would be so irritating. I mean, it's irritating to me. I'm very used to it, so it doesn't really bother me anymore, but yeah, usually the editing process isn't like an enjoyable watch. Some sections for sure. Like montages. Stop putting your claws through my chair. Bad. Still, I got you a whole chair. Just hang out, bro. You know you're not allowed to scratch my chair. Demands. So yeah, I don't think I would. I have seen people do that before though. But yeah. I don't know. I guess I just have to try and be efficient. I think the shorts will help me keep up with what I want to do. And then it's just smashing it out as quickly as possible. Or efficiently as possible. Which I guess is usually a good thing for my brain. I like fully binge whatever project I'm doing. I struggle really hard with like if I have multiple things going at the same time, I mean, I generally just make a list. I gotta prioritize something, and I just go ham on that one thing and just knock tasks out one at a time as quickly as I can. But like, for instance, if I'm doing 2 big projects for videos, they have 3 YouTube channels. They start blending together sometimes. If I'm doing 2 big projects at once, I'm like, okay, I've got to prioritize what section do I want to get done first and just go ham on that one bit. If it's like building in Minecraft, like, all right, I've got to build this thing, go crazy, and then, all right, I got to make a short for this, and then I'll go back to building this, and yada yada. But getting into each thing, like getting into each kind of project, whether it's building or designing something. Less so with building if I already know what I'm building, because like I just throw up the schematic and go ham. But if I'm like trying to do something creative, like designing something, you kind of got to like get in the headspace for it and know what you're doing to be like efficient at it. You know, get your inspo up, test some things out, get the vibe for it before you start, you know, making anything good. And then for editing, if I haven't edited a video for ages, I'm kind of like, I don't know, just slow, trying to work out what I'm doing, get back into the groove. Where if I'm editing all day, bro, by hour 3, I'm going crazy. I'm twice as efficient as what I was at the start of the day. So I feel like, yeah, doing the build, going crazy, and then editing at the end, although, you know, there won't be a stream for a few weeks, probably the most efficient for getting the video done, so that you can see the main video, which is the main point, I suppose. Because I'll just be fully in the editing source for 3 weeks. This side is the best. You can just sprint jump the whole way. I was gonna say, I feel like I missed a block though. Straight line sprint jumping, placing blocks. What a dream. And I'm out of moss. Imagine my shock. Probably also going to be out of stone in a second, given how empty my inventory is. Whatever works for the creative process. Yeah. Just many things to manage at the same time. Trying to work out whatever's best, I guess. Whatever's most efficient. And I guess whatever makes the coolest video. And I'm out. Oh, it's already 2 o'clock. Bro. Alright. I reckon in the next half an hour, we're gonna see how far we can get in the next half an hour. Where I kind of very much need to eat some food. I let go of shift to restart easy place mode and I fell off instantly. We've already done way more than I thought we were going to. I was guessing like we'd make it to maybe here by the end of stream. We are doing pretty well. Instantly running out of blocks though is slowing us down a lot. But we're getting there. We're kind of blitzing through it. Easy place, the goat, having all your ender chests, all your shulkers in your ender chest ready to go. So helpful. Also, apologies if the bitrate is grim right now. The rain. Minecraft rain is the worst thing ever created. If you're just playing by yourself and it's late night and the rain sounds are on, vibes. If you're trying to stream or record anything with Minecraft rain, absolutely destroys the bitrate. So apologies if watching live, the quality looks trash for a bit. And I can tell you for sure, if you're watching the VOD, my webcam gotta look so grim right now. It absolutely destroys that kind of stuff. But I even have the vanilla tweaks resource pack, which makes rain less obtrusive. It'd usually be like twice as busy as this, but this is with it turned on, and I can guarantee you it's still looking pretty cooked. Versus with regular Minecraft rain, it basically makes the video just, you can't see what's going on at all. It's three blurry pixels mushing around on the screen. Damn it, I missed it again. Yeah, I'm definitely holding it in the wrong spot. Damn, it's like my stomach realized that now it's 2 o'clock. It really is hungry. what are you doing, man? You missed lunchtime. You're supposed to eat. You're supposed to feed me. Whoa. If we were at the bottom and I did that, that could have been real dangerous. That was stupid. I didn't realize I was falling. I threw up the inventory. Yikes. Let go of the block, game. It's not too bad. Okay, huge. Yeah, I think vanilla tweaks saves a lot of it. I just know particularly the VOD. The VOD gets grim because the way I have to record, I gotta download the VOD off Twitch and then edit. I actually cut out the webcam because I record like locally to my computer without the webcam, so that the gameplay is as crisp as possible for the main video. But for VODs, I throw the webcam back on so you can, you know, see me, I guess, but then also like whenever the cats come in or whatever and I'm reacting to things, they'd be like, "What? Is there supposed to be a webcam with this?" Or so I cut it back in, but that makes it, the webcam itself, a little less HD, unfortunately, for the VOD, just the way you have to download it and render it back out again. But now that the rain is gone, we should be back. Be back to relatively okay HDness. If I had 2 computers, that would go crazy. Then we could stream in the most beautiful quality settings ever. But I don't got it like that yet. But never you mind, I'll get there, and then we'll have the crispiest qualities. Apparently Twitch finally released 1440p for most like partnered streamers. I don't think it's a thing for affiliates yet, but that will go crazy. That's the quality I upload to for YouTube. It's like, it's still it's not 4K. 4K is crazy, especially if you're trying to stream. You've got to have a beefy 2 computer setup for that, and like you gotta have the monitor and all the right cables even to be able to do that. And then most people don't have the internet to stream 4K anyways, like to watch a stream in 4K. But 1440p is just like a crispy HD, which as soon as they give me that, I'll try it out. That'd be cool. Like on most things, most people watch Twitch on phone anyway, so it'll still look HD at 1080p. But on myself especially, why is there a creeper chilling under there? Myself especially, I'm a huge quality, I don't know, nerd. I just want it to be HD, and obviously because I spend so much time editing, I look at it a lot more than most people do. And 1440p looks beautiful, which is why it's what I use for my YouTube videos. Get that on streams. That'd be nice. And it's been so long. Twitch has had the 6K bitrate since I was like 15. I don't know why they took so long. I mean, I don't know why, but like, they took so long to upgrade it. The reason why they didn't is because it's really expensive for Twitch to run. Pretty sure they're still like running at a loss company. It's just that Amazon owns them, that they still exist. And yeah, running all those streams at a higher bitrate costs them more and more money on the servers and whatever. What? Come on. Yeah, for the end product looking crispy in HD, you know? We gotta get us out of 2013 quality settings. He's out of mud, and his shulker box is empty. That's not what I meant to place. I meant to place that. Mud. Low-key might be running out of the materials in my shop, in my ender chest. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to find something I could stack up because I knew there'd be 2 half stacks somewhere. so slow as soon as you run out of speed too. I might, once I end stream, I think once I obviously launch, because that's the main thing I'm trying to do, but once I come back to building this later today, I think I'm gonna go find my other 2 beacons, tear them down, put it everywhere. Bro, look how dark it is under there. Oh. So we just have a speed 2 everywhere. Okay. Brain. I just fell from there. We're not gonna get the blocks. I'm lagging, chat. Lagging, chat. In real life. The brain, it's slow. I'm gonna blame the food and not the fact that my brain is just mush today. Probably didn't really matter if I just left that block there, but it's not in the schematic. Get it out of here. Get him out of here. Oh, I'm even running out over on this side. Dude, we're so far. Four beacons might not even be enough. Might have to go try find my other beacons. I've got 2 that are just MIA somewhere. I have a feeling one's in my gold farm. Because I had it there for my farming trees. The lack of the build. But that's only 1, even if it's still there, which I'm pretty sure it's not. But it's just the last place I remember having one. The only other places is I put them in my towers, in these tower things, at each corner when I was building the walls, but that was ages ago. I don't think I left any in there. But then in saying that, I don't know where else I would have put them. Alright, while I'm here, I may as well grab... Somebody is. We're devs up with building, yeah. We're starting to slow down again. The two beacon setup was helpful for a little while, but we're definitely running out. We're getting outside the range at almost every corner. This side's not too bad. But I'm surprised we're even making it out for that side. Beacons, low-key, they should get an upgrade. I feel like their range should be higher. Actually don't know if... I don't think the blocks actually make any difference. But I feel like they should have a larger range dependent on if you use more valuable materials. Like iron beacons, this honestly might even be a thing. I'm pretty sure it's not though. If it is, it would make sense. But if it's not, it should be a thing. Like using iron for a beacon, obviously iron's the cheapest material. Should have this kind of range. But if you start building with emeralds, even though like you can make an emerald farm and it's probably one of the more common ones that people use, it's still a more end game material. It should like, you know, at least 50% extra the range. And if you're building them out of like diamond blocks, if you're that crazy end game, bro, a diamond block beacon should have like, if that's 100 block radius, I don't think it is, but fire am I? Probably like 50 blocks is my guess. I guess then it would be 100 on either side. I don't know, whatever that thing is, it should be at least 3x. It should be a few hundred blocks for a diamond one. And if you're a psychopath and you, for some reason, made a netherite beacon in Minecraft survival, I mean, regardless, in whatever world, I guess, but if you just have a netherite beacon, bare minimum 500. It should, honestly, 1,000 block radius should have whatever beacon effects you want from the bottom of to the top of the world. You made a netherite beacon. Let that thing go crazy. The fact that it does nothing new is wild. Wild. Damn, we made it past that corner. I was just going a little bit too slow. Oh, it connects back here. Huge. I think I've even said this before on stream, but even if I have to make a, you know, a 6 beacon stack, like the big pyramid, where you can have 6 at the same time, if you have all of them activated, that should double its range. whatever blocks you're using, double the range it's currently using if you have six beacons active in the same pyramid. That seems kind of logical. That seems like a good reward for grinding that many materials. Ooh, we're expanding. This is... I don't know if we're quite there yet, but we're getting close to where the sand starts coming in. I don't know how much further up we are, but... Oh no, we got a decent amount. That's the floor over there. And then, yeah, so sand's a little while away still, but... Not bad, not bad. We're kind of moving crazy. Might be one of the first times that I've underestimated how long a project was going to take to build. Which is kind of insane. Usually, it's like, yeah, this could take a couple hours, and it ends up taking 12. Now I actually estimate it's going to take over a day, and it's like, we've actually done a decent chunk in a 3-hour stream. Why is this like so perfectly round? What the hell? Probably not that much mud. Bam. Oh, I'm out of stone. I'm really out of stone. Yeah, I've got a couple more shulkers still with us though. Bam, bam, bam. Probably sleep, I guess. What do you mean I can't sleep at night? I feel like this is not. Could be a fun added feature. Yeah, I feel like there's so many like small things like that that would go crazy. And I feel like that's definitely not crazy game changing. Everyone would be like, oh hell yeah, my beacons do better now when I have better materials. Well, little baby additions like that would go crazy. Little quality of life things, you know? By being placed such an odd sound, yeah, it's like really wet. I think I was saying this at the start of the stream. I don't know why I get mud is wet, but that's really wet. Who made this noise? Okay, we're really out of the... Because I walked away from the beacon for too long. What if I just go over here, get it back, and then we do this straight with the 16 seconds that we have. No. Damn it. I didn't make it. Close though. Because it was such a flat plane over that other side. Ah! Bump. I don't know how I didn't just take damage. I intentionally, like, face planted it in the ground and we took no damage. I didn't face plant that time, but I also thought I was going to take damage. I guess we're good. Feather Falling 4 goes crazy. Bump. Same with sea pickles, oddly wet. True. True. I feel like those... To be fair, I haven't heard the sound in a while. Maybe I gotta brush up on my sea pickle noise knowledge, but those at least logically gotta be more wet than mud, you know? Alright, we're out of diorite. It's insane how quick we burn through all these materials. Like, my inventory is just empty of stone again as well. And I'm out of andesite as well. Rip. Can I run out of andesite and diorite at the exact same time? Ow. Oh my god, the speed. Go crazy while we still have speed too. Missing blocks everywhere. And we're out. That circle messed me up. What the? Oh. Yeah, so I don't have netherrack on me. Look, I'll come back for that. There's a ruined portal there. Which means I'm way higher than I thought I was. Oh my god, we have done so much today. Bro, this is crazy. I didn't think we were going to be anywhere near this high. This is awesome. Oh no, the slimes are climbing. Leave me alone. Bro, there's a little bug in here. I don't know where it came from. But he's being a little rat. Ah! I almost jumped. Oh, we only have 4 rockets left. Oh. Yikes. I could have died. Granite. Where is my granite? Give me a couple of them's. We're low on mud. Wait, stop going into there. I don't need that anymore. Go away. Where's my stone? Alright. That should be enough for a little while. I haven't used gravel yet. I just have that in my inventory, I just realized. But as soon as I put it away, I will need it, because that's just how it works. Eh. What do you idiots want? Alright, another layer. This... we got a little bit more. Maybe we get 2 more layers done. Each layer is definitely slowing down is the problem. Granted, it's kind of like because I haven't eaten any food in-game. And I'm out of andesite. Imagine my shock. Give me speed 2 back. Bonk. Oh, it's you scratching my chair. Stop that. I say, I hear a weird noise out there. It's not out there. It's Aku scratching my chair as we speak. I keep misplacing. I keep standing the block I'm trying to place, and it like breaks easy place for a few seconds. Ooh. I love getting earring. That's just the greatest ever. I don't usually use my headset anymore, because apparently if you use headsets for too long, you get that, what's it called? What's a T? Whatever that condition is where you just get like ringing in your ear. So I brought nice speakers and I use those like 99% of the time. The only time I don't use them is if I'm streaming. And I've only been streaming 3 hours. My ears are already ringing. The rats. I even brought nice headphones, and they still do it. Tinnitus, yeah, that's it. A lot of streamers, like actual full-time, long-term streamers, complain about it. I'm like, okay, let's preemptively get speakers so I don't have to deal with that. Ooh, we need magma. Okay, I guess this is where our... No, there's just fun magma blocks here. I was gonna say, I assume this is where our ruins are. There's just a few fun magma blocks. I'll come back for those with the netherrack. The speed 2 is back. Also, I just realized we didn't get it back on that corner. That corner over there where we usually do. So this is the last little section that we get speed 2 boost on. We're gonna need so many beacons. Alright, one more layer, I reckon. Smash it out. How far can we get before the 16 seconds of speed 2 runs out? Not far when I keep missing blocks. I know I missed a few blocks, but I'm just going crazy. And we're out of mud. So it don't matter. Yoink. Pop. Yeah. Yeah. I was worried I wasn't recording for a second there. I don't know why. Quick slip, quick slip. 3,808. That's pretty good, to be honest. But 8, I think we started, was it flat? 9? Like 18 Minecraft days? Kinda killing it. Another netherrack, I haven't blazed. It's fine. We'll be back. Surely I remember how to do that. Slash when to do that. Oh, our first piece of sand. Alright, this is a perfect level to end on anyways. I'm missing magma blocks, I'm missing netherrack, and I'm about to start the sand layers, which are gonna go crazy. Sand and sandstone. My inventory is gonna be cooked. I'm gonna have no room for nothing. How do I keep running out of diorite and andesite at the same time? What are the odds? I picked that up? I didn't hear the noise, but we did pick it up. We're good. I'm out for the night. Great stream. Thanks, chicken. Thanks for hanging out. I shall catch you next time, mate. I'm about to finish at the end of this layer anyways. And I'll be back for the Mushroom Island building stream, which hopefully will be only a couple days. Because this is going way faster than I thought. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Catch you next time, mate. Bam! Last one. Bro, look how much we built. In 3 hours. We go free cam real quick. That's ridiculous. That's actually insane. Wait, actually, I can tell how many layers we did. If we go... press the wrong button. to, what do we start at? -36? Bro, we've done 37 levels. We've built 37. That's like just over 10 an hour. You can do the math and the rest of it then. Wait, how tall did I say? It goes up to 60, right? But that's the top of the mushroom thing. We're probably about halfway done layers-wise. A little more than halfway done layers-wise, but the layers get bigger and a lot more materials the further up we go, because they start becoming flat like this again. But dude, this is crazy. This is way more than I expected to be able to build in 3 hours. I thought this was going to take me like, I was thinking this might be the whole day level worth of progress. So we kind of killed this high key. If we fly up here, we started the stream up here. Took a screenshot here earlier. Look how much we've already built. And that's a baby pit compared to what it's going to be. And that's already so huge. And we're going to surround the entire build with biomes. I'm so keen. All right, I'm going to call it for today's stream, though, because I am really, really hungry. And it's after 2 o'clock. So I'm going to call it. I will be back whenever I've finished the giant pit. And we're going to build the mushroom island on stream. I got to work out when I want to build each thing, because I have the forest after this and the dark forest. Both of them are huge, like, not completely flat, but relatively flat land. And then most of the customization and like fun building is going to be the trees. So I think I build the just huge plains, flat land of dirt and grass off stream. And then we build the trees on stream. So I'll try and plan. I'll let you guys know via Discord when I'm doing those. So feel free to join the Discord if you haven't, if you want to know when I go live and what we're doing. Keep up with VODs, keep up with videos, keep up with streams, keep up with shorts, because there are shorts, update videos coming out, as well as TikToks if you prefer TikTok, of each of the streams, the main sections of the projects that we've been doing. More of those to come out. Got to make more now that we're building the actual biomes finally, which is sick. But yeah, feel free to drop a subscribe if you're watching on the VODs channel. Feel free to follow if you're on Twitch. Feel free to switch and do the same on the other platform, wherever you're from. And I shall catch you guys hopefully in the next couple of days when we've smashed this out and we're building the Mushroom Island. Till next time, goodbye. Goodbye.